Hello and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I'm your host, Mark Francis. Meghan Sussex has revealed the first look at the packaging for her as-ever raspberry jam, and the result has left the public somewhat stunned. The Duchess showcased a gleaming white case, nearly double the size of the actual jar, complete with gold detailing, a dainty white label and a metal lid, all of which, to the casual observer, appear more befitting a luxury candle or perfume than a fruit preserve. Palace sources tell us, yes, Queen Elizabeth is indeed still dead and unable to comment. Social media reactions have been as tart as the jam itself. One unimpressed onlooker exclaimed, "Meghan, it's just jam. It doesn't require an entire presentation. This packaging is as pretentious as she is." Others echoed the sentiment, noting that the elaborate box looks like a perfume, with another adding, "Seems like a lot of extra packaging for a company that wants to be environmentally aware." Despite the fuss, Meghan's jam continues to be a hit among her celebrity circle. Her longtime friend Abigail Spencer, hairstylist Ben Skervin, and Pilates studio owner Heather Dorak have all posted glowing praise of the raspberry spread, which they've sampled on crumpets, toast, and presumably social clout. Skervin's post reads the way any normal human would write: "A very frothy chai latte, LOL. Delicious afternoon treat crumpets with butter and as ever official raspberry spread. It's really addictive. Thanks, @Meghan." Spencer went with the Sinatra pun, "Start spreading the news." The Duchess gave a behind-the-scenes look at her jam's production line via Instagram this week, where factory workers in plastic gloves were seen filling jars, a shift from her earlier batch of 50, which Meghan said she prepared herself at home. Meghan reminds us via Instagram, "Jam is my jam, but there are so many more products that I just love, and now it's time to share them with you. So I just can't wait for you to see it." We just checked again, and yes, Queen Elizabeth is still dead. It remains to be seen if the jam overshadows Meghan's mildly anticipated podcast, due out next week. Too snarky? The privacy-minded Duchess is being criticised for her using her children to help promote her business. Royal expert Tom Bower tells the Mail, "The main charge against Meghan is hypocrisy and crude profiteering from her title. Every venture she tries, TV, politics, philanthropy, books, food and clothes, is ridiculed. Obsessed by being a mum, constantly speaking about cooking breakfast for my kids, Meghan is scraping the barrel for sympathy and support from American mothers. It's hard to believe that holding her children to promote her clothes won't stop her credibility sliding deeper into the mud." Royal expert Richard Fitzwilliams added, "Sussexes know anything which involves Archie and Lilibet is news. They are obsessive about privacy, except when it suits them. She is ruthless." Royal author Phil Dampier said, "Nothing happens by accident, and she would have thought this through and knows putting a photo of her children out at the same time as her clothing line would get maximum publicity. It begs the question whether Meghan is exploiting her two children who remain in the line of succession. I'd expect the palace to take a dim view of this." The Wall Street Journal wrote about the Meghan effect. They explain, New York fashion brand La Linea saw a pair of its jeans sell out within a few days of Markle wearing them on the cooking show. The brand had sent the jeans to Markle, Howard said, and after the episode dropped, the company sold over 500 pairs of the pants in about 2 weeks. A pair of $40 clogs Markle wore during an episode where she feeds her chickens sold out online in most women's sizes, and searches for the shoes on the Crocs website increased by 70% compared to last month, a company spokesperson said, demonstrating a dramatic rise in Crocs being worn by chicken feeders. Business coach Maddie Alexander Grout told Mail Online, "If you take on average how many followers Meghan has, 2.6 million, and how much engagement she has, I would imagine, based on her following, that she will have thousands and thousands of people buying these things, and she will be making a fair amount of that. She's going to make a fair amount based on what the clothes are worth. If she gets, say, 15% off a shirt that's £128, she'll be making £19.20. She will be selling thousands of those and could be making at least £19,000 from one linen shirt." More Palace in just a moment. Royal insider Deep Crown tells Palace Intrigue, Queen Elizabeth would have been privately horrified by this explicit commercialization of royal connections. Her entire reign was built on the principle that the monarchy must remain above commerce. She understood that royal influence should be wielded for charitable purposes, not personal profit. The late Queen maintained a strict separation between royal duties and money-making ventures. Remember how she handled the Royal Yacht Britannia controversy? She refused to use taxpayer money for a new yacht despite her fondness for it. The idea of directly monetizing her status through affiliate links would have been inconceivable to her. Prince William is likely viewing this development through the lens of institutional preservation. Unlike his father, who seems content to let Meghan and Harry chart their own course at arm's length, William recognizes the potential long-term damage to the monarchy's brand. The king's seeming indifference reflects his prioritization of family harmony over institutional purity. Having weathered decades of public and private turbulence, Charles appears to have adopted a live and let live approach to the Sussex situation. In the Mail, Eleanor Dye wonders, Meghan Markle insists she isn't an influencer, so why is she using Instagram to flog clothes? Dye cites PR and branding expert Hayley Knight, who explains, the Duchess of Sussex has long positioned herself as an advocate, humanitarian, and media entrepreneur, distancing herself from traditional influencer culture. Yet with this latest move, she is embracing a model that is predominantly about monetizing and sales. Meghan's new shop directly contradicts her claim that she's not an influencer because affiliate marketing is one of the most common revenue streams for influencers. Meghan is also showcasing standard influencer behavior by curating selections of products in order to drive sales. So it is not surprising that she has received backlash for there being a disconnect between her comments and her actions. In March, Meghan told People, I see myself as an entrepreneur and a female founder, and if the brand ends up influential, then that's great. Hayley said the online shop allows Meghan to monetize her brand, but it seems to cheapen her overall brand, reducing her status. She has put so much emphasis on activism and philanthropy that diminishes her to a simple lifestyle influencer. This means that her challenge will be maintaining credibility and engagement. If she continues to combine being a serious thought leader with influencer marketing, her messaging will become unaligned and contradictory, and she'll struggle to find her audience. Meghan's recent moves, relaunching a new Instagram account, teasing a lifestyle brand, and maintaining a media presence through her podcast, all represent influencer culture, so we can definitely argue that she is moving toward establishing herself as such. It seems that this recent move is all about driving sales and making money rather than an impact, making it her most overtly commercial influencer move yet. And there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalaceintrigue@gmail.com. Please follow us on Spotify, Apple, or the app of choice, and leave us a nice review and 5 stars if you're enjoying the show. Don't forget to check out our sister podcast called Daily Comedy News. You can hear it every day. That's the daily part of it, and it's all the fun and comedy and funny stuff that's in the news, from late night to comedians to Netflix specials. And it's hosted by the writer of this show, John McDermott, affectionately known as Johnny Mac. Check out Daily Comedy News wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott. This is Palace Intrigue, and good times.